Okay, so let's go on to total nonstop topics.
Total nonstop topics. Yeah. So based on what I've been, because I've been watching for at least 2 months, I've been watching TNA consistently because I finally got pop for the cable subscription I have. One, this channel is like so random because it used to be the TV Guide channel before every cable provider started giving their own guide seconds. So the channel was just like there in the background. You wouldn't know it unless you look for it.
Was it really?
And yes, it's so random. It's like channel 100 on like every cable provider. And ever since all the cable companies got their own guide for the channels, there's like no use for that channel anymore because why do you need to look up a guide when you have a guide on your cable provider? So now they just show like soap opera reruns and a bunch of other stuff. But they've been trying their hardest to like get new shows on there to get people to watch the channel, and TNA is one of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, from what I've seen, TNA has been improving a lot, even though the ratings have been dropping for some reason. But what else is new with TNA?
The Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy feud.
Yeah, the Matt Hardy and the Jeff Hardy feud, I like. The EC3 and Michael Bennett / Maria feud, I like. The Eddie Edwards versus the Gregory Helms dynasty, I like.
Tell me about that. What's the Gregory Helms dynasty?
So Gregory Helms came with two new wrestlers. Two, I say they're very well known.
What, Shannon Moore?
No, they're newer wrestlers. The wrestlers that you don't know, wrestlers that I know because I watch a lot of indie wrestling.
That's Jordan.
So their names are Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett. If you watched and I recommend this for you a lot on this website I showed you, you should start watching more Pro Wrestling Guerrilla because
PWG.
yeah, PWG, because it's not about storylines. It's just if you want to see a good match and you're bored.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's all. That's what Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is. It's just in your face wrestling.
Ooh.
It's where a lot of wrestlers get noticed. I know AJ Styles was on there. Kenny Omega goes on there occasionally. The Young Bucks are always on there, and a bunch of other well-known indie wrestlers are always on. Think of Ring of Honor with Ring of Honor / CZW. That's what Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is because they're able to sign Ring of Honor, and well, I take it back. There's a lot of Ring of Honor talent that they can't sign anymore because Ring of Honor is getting too big now. They're getting big enough to sign their talent to personal contracts so that they only work with Ring of Honor. But anyway, yeah, most of the storylines are pretty good right now. They're really good. Their main attraction, which is the Decay, which is Abyss, Rosemary, and Crazy
Abyss
Steve.
is still around, huh?
And he doesn't wear a mask anymore.
He doesn't?
No, it's face paint. But this is the best thing they've done for him in a while, making him the TNA Tag Team Champions with Crazy Steve. And like, after this podcast, I'm gonna send you like their theme song. Like everything about that stable is like so right, and it just kills me to like see how TNA is like their ratings are just dropping and dropping with all these good storylines going on.
For some reason,
But
their ratings usually drop when they have really good storylines. It's weird.
the thing that's wrong with TNA mainly is the location that they're in,
Well,
which
what
is
location is that?
Universal Studios, because they can't charge additional stuff at the show because it's included with their ticket for when they get inside Universal Studios, because they don't have to pay to go inside the Impact Zone because they already paid to get into the that part of the Universal Studios.
Okay.
So the majority of the people that go to TNA are the same people that go in every tapings. And the reason why they're quiet is not because they're not interested, it's just that they're tired. They go there all the time, so they see the same thing every week. The thing about WWE is when they travel, they're always going to a different town, a different city, so there's always different people besides, Brock Lesnar guy, maybe Sign guy, who knows.
Fun fact about the Brock Lesnar guy. He was actually on Tough Enough. You guys remember Luke? That was him.
Oh, he's Luke.
Yep, he's Luke. I see the resemblance and everything. I was watching whatever season that was. That was Luke.
Oh, that's how that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that.
Move on from the fun fact, folks. That's POK.
Not all the time, but again, we're gonna move on. Anyway, Universal Studios is just not a good place for TNA. It never was. I noticed that they always do better when they either go on the road or change the location. Like when they were in New York, they were getting their ratings were improving because of the fan base. Like not everybody on the internet is a TNA hater. Don't like look at the IWC like everybody hates on TNA to joke around. There's a lot of people that want to see TNA do better, and this was proven when they went to New York in the Hammerstein Ballroom for about 3 months, and the crowd was intensified. They were like, "We got TNA chants." Everybody was just going crazy, and the storylines weren't even as good now as they were then. It's just the fact that they changed their venue and they were with a more enthusiastic crowd, the people at the Impact Zone.
So what's stopping them from changing venues right now and making that decision?
I feel like Dixie Carter feels like it's smarter to just stay at the Impact Zone for the fact that Universal Studios gives them a cheaper fee than when they go on the road and travel to other venues. They're just staying there because it's cheaper. But to me, it feels like it's like killing them slowly because their ratings are constantly dropping. They're not getting any more viewers than they were already getting when they first moved to Pop. They're actually getting less viewers because people are getting uninterested. So, in my opinion, what they should do is go back to New York at least for another 5 to 6 months and see the difference. And if it's a better move for them, they should just stay there or stay in the northeastern part like Ring of Honor and go from there. If not, they could go back to the Impact Zone. But
yeah, Jordan, you there?
yep.
Okay, gone.
But in case that didn't catch on the thing, I'll say it again. Like I always felt like the Impact Zone wasn't a good place for TNA.
Okay. So I haven't been watching, so I can't really add any commentary anymore to say about this.
But the thing is, I recommend that you do watch TNA because, as I said, the storylines are better. It's just that expect like the crowd to seem somewhat like dead and uninterested compared to the WWE and Ring of Honor crowds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's an issue that it's live?
They could try out a live show, but I feel like it's not going to change much because it's still going to be the same crowd that you see all the time because it's the same tourists that come to Universal Studios just to see TNA. But as I said, they're burnt out because they're there like every week, so they see this stuff. And they're going to be desaturated because they're like, oh yeah, the American Wolves versus this tag team that I've seen them going against like for the last 3 weeks. Like, yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Rather than them going to a different town every other week and full of fans that haven't seen these teams for a while.
So we're good with TNA?
For now, yes. Let's say good storylines, bad venue. Let's end it there.
Okay, I think that's a fair analysis. Okay, so let's talk about everybody's favorite promotion, WWE.
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, something I can relate